What about the practical case, sir?
Which one?
The given practical
Yeah,
case.
this practical is we have to be materialistic.
Materialistic.
There is no point in saying that, oh, I am an Indian. I will only become indigenous food. Only India food only I will eat. One way you are saying, Loga Samasta Sugino Bhavantu, the whole world is my brothers and sisters. And then how can you say that, I don't believe Mexican apple, I believe only Indian apple. I was telling him the other day, I like Mexican apple better than Indian apple.
Yeah.
It is much juicier, much better, much tastier. Why not? Wouldn't it? So, we have become so...
I am
See, I am saying Indian education or American education. I believe American education, higher education is much better than Indian education. Lower education, probably India, culture, everything have to be learned. At colleges, engineering college, whether you study mechanical engineering in India or Germany, I suggest people go to Germany and study is better. If you are looking for IT, probably America is much better than Indian IT. Data science you want to learn. You go to Usmania University, data science, what the data science in Usmania University? Better to go to some other Texas University and learn, right? So, we must have see, there is a great, what America imports from India. I don't know whether you have seen that video.
knowledge, people.
Yeah. So what is that when somebody from India goes to abroad, we are not losing anything. Don't think that our manpower is going.
We are not using it all here.
We are getting it. Actually, we get a lot of money back.
Even if the person is here, we are
They
not
don't
using his
it.
talent.
So,
Yeah, you are not
that's-
utilizing.
but
No, I completely disagree. I disagree, but it's okay.
no, I am saying, assume that we are able to create such an infrastructure for people to learn. It is much better. But we don't have such facilities, we don't have such institutions. So we have to, people have to go. And many people have gone there and then came back. Department of Space, full of people with their experience from America only. Department of Atomic Energy, people from America only or Britain only, people came and then installed.
Oh.
So we expect that somebody go there, get a lot of experience, come back and then develop the whole world. Why India?
Yeah,
Everywhere people should share knowledge and then do that. If we can do that, when we boast that once upon a time, Nalanda, Takshashila, many people came from different country and learned here. We should also feel that today we are going at different places. Many people are coming to here also. I have got students in Usmania University, Afghanistan students. They keep in contact with me. Afghanistan also people are coming here. Everybody should go and learn. That is experience. If somebody can learn from different parts of the world, to share it and then.
I disagree, but the thing is,
See, I am saying when Indians are
I'll
creating.
take you as an example, doctor. The thing is, now the apple is there. Eating apple, if you don't like apple here, don't eat. There are so many things that are good here. Whatever you like here, you eat.
I am
When
saying
you are there,
that
eat
is what I am
whatever
saying.
you like.
Take
then
the
you eat
good,
there.
good one from wherever possible.
Adi
Only I
I
am
am
saying.
completely okay. But the reason why for Apple, for the universities, people going there, the reason is their
One reason I will tell you. Suppose you have civil engineering here. I want to do data science. University will give you different rules saying that no, you are not a computer science BTech. You cannot study IT. Whereas you go abroad, whichever field you want, from one field to another
Anta
field. you
ledu
can
doctor garu balevare even within the university the HOD and all of them have to give permission. Even there, not here, even there, because
But there
in
it
my
is-
masters also,
But much simpler than.
Amma no simple. Emo, it is అంటే see operational difficulties అంటే నేను where I am after is Dr. Garu,
I was
the
part
choosing US, see choosing where people chose Nalanda is because it was set up because there was situations that were there and it was not for world domination. It was not robbing people of their creating an inferiority for their motherland. That thing was, there were a lot of universities. Nalanda, Takshashila was one. There could be other universities in other places.
Places also.
Civilization growed, and some
Demand was
university
also-
become better, and some people studied. So that's how naturally Nalanda came up. And then people came because they thought, okay, whatever we studied here is okay. We want to study there also, and that interest of studying was so strong that voyages itself, the journey itself was life-threatening for some, because there was no that much of travel was not there. The interest was so strong that they came. It was for seeking of that whatever that particular craft or skill or this. Now people are going because
They want to make money.
Making money is materialistic gain or adi. I am also okay.
I'm
with
saying that is what I'm saying.
That is
Suppose
also okay.
people wanted to make money.
Why am I
Nothing is-
disagreeing? I want to tell. The thing is, the aspect is, the default conditioning is, this is bad, so I am going, and
I am saying this is bad. As far as I was part of an university academics, I was part of engineering college. I was also not studied in America, but most of my students, my kids, everybody studied
Yes,
abroad.
students who are studied in America, they are getting good
They
salaries.
have good salaries.
I did masters in America.
US
I did my
US.
masters in America.
But there
I
are-
heard there. I know what the thing is. The reason why people are going is not for seeking of knowledge or this thing.
No, they want
They're
to
just
make
coming.
money.
Convenience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Choosing convenience will. It is.
Why are we not able to give that convenience here? Okay, let us think about convenience. Why are we not able to give that convenience here? Why are we not able to give that discipline here? Why are we not able to make things very clear so that I know what is going to happen to my application tomorrow or after tomorrow? Whether I want to own a house. It's much easier.
Yes.
On the road driving is much easier there. Going to a
Yes,
shop and
structure
buying
is
things
there.
that's what I'm saying. We are not able to create. So the life becomes much more easier, comfortable,
Definitely.
more protection. No, not much of
More
corrupt-
predictable.
Yeah, more
It is,
predictable.
you do this, you get this.
You
You
get
do this, you get this. Adi.
So that is what makes people to get attracted to such places, and there is nothing wrong.
Comfortable, comfort stage.
See, I am a person who got admission in Windsor University. I did not want to go when I was young.
Yeah.
I am comfortable with my salary and job. But today, I am happy my kids went there and then earning more money than what I could earn.
Okay.
Because my requirements were only that much. I am happy and I could make some knowledge here. I could make some activities here. I could make a social life here. But I don't think today India, as a young boy, he has to do. I don't think I could get some good gurus. I could go around and today it is not there. We have all bogus people who are marketing. When I was young, these marketing bogus fellows were not there.
In the day, because communication was not that easy.
That is what I'm saying. So today,
That aspect is there.
today when we go to some XYZ, they only talk about like what you are saying, computer Jatakam is the best. This has become the order of the day.
Not the best.
And you say that
Yes.
some XYZ who is sending message in English is the best guru. And you don't understand the value of the basic structure of Swami Rama. Or they must not have even read Swami Rama's book.
Possible.
They must not have even heard about. You know how many people ask me when I speak about, they talk about the great gurus. They don't even know about Maharishi Mahayogi.
Hmm.
I went to Ramana Maharshi's place, no?
Ramanashram.
Ramanashram. Nearby that.
Arunachala. Arunachala.
Arunachala. There is another ashram nearby that they wanted to make an institute for Vedic learning
Okay.
with a great funding.
Okay.
Somebody suggested my name. I was called there. I went there. 3 days meeting was planned. Everybody's introduction was given. So like what now I just said, I have little knowledge because Brahmasri KPC was my Vedic guru. And that Swamiji who was sitting in that aristocratic great chair immediately came and then sat beside me and said, when I was treasurer for Maharishi Mahayogi for some time.
Acha, I'm sorry to hear that.
That is all my credibility as a spiritual being. Correct. So everybody was thinking, why this big man, the chief of that ashram who is holding the chairman, is coming beside me and sitting like this. I only mentioned my Guru's name. People will not even know. I don't think anybody would know this unless you meet him, talk to him. So very less, good enough.
What is the full name, sir?
Brahmastri KPC Anujan Bhattadripad.
Anujan.
Anujan means younger brother.
YouTube, there are any videos?
If you will reach my YouTube channel. Actually, there were no tube and all during that time.
Yeah.
But that there was one Narayaniyam is one of the scriptures of Kerala, where Sri Krishna's life story is being told by Bhattadripad. He was a great poet. My guru belongs to that tradition. The Bhattadripad is like your Reddy Rao. Another caste name, sub-caste name. So he was also a Bhattadripad. He is a great poet. Bhattadripad, if you type, you will reach Narayaniyam. Narayaniyam is one poetry describing Lord Krishna, Guruvayur Krishna. But that is more chanted not by Keralians, that's chanted by Tamil Brahmins. Every Tamil Brahmin traditionally would have by hearted this Narayaniyam. So my Guru, last breath, that day morning also he recorded Narayaniyam. I think 8th chapter or something he recorded and then he died. He died in a Ayurvedic health resort. Every year he goes for his treatment. So, knowledge is something which YouTube is today. Oh,
Yeah.
your Guru, YouTube is not there.
Google and YouTube. Google and YouTube. Very good source. Very good source. Actually, what we cannot find in any library, there are on YouTube. On YouTube.
And there is a good
I cannot imagine so many Hindu scriptures and Upanishads, everything is there on YouTube.
Convenience becomes convenience goes on. It is a very mechanical process.
No, it is not because of that. See, we are ready to take inconvenience and then go to different places and then talk to people, understand all that is. But most of the time it becomes disastrous. Nothing is there great. See, it should add some value. If it is not adding value, after some time you think, why did I waste all this effort of going there? Nothing is. Suppose somebody says there is a beautiful place there, let us go. Once you go there, nothing is seen.
Yes.
3 times it happens in your life, 4th time when somebody calls, you will think, why should I come? That's what it is. That is why people don't go. Traditionally, it was not like that. Marketing was less. So only resourceful, good people were only, and they don't mind even. See, I never went to my Guru. He came to my house, right? See, that is not there. That ego thing is not there.
Even Paramahansa, I also went to.
It's all like that.
Every sir, every Saturday and Sunday in all, very halls, preachings taking place. No, now no one is.
It is there. It is more today.
Ritualistic is more, but
Ritualistic it is more, but essence is very less. Nothing added. Nothing much is added. What we wanted to do today is probably to attract young people to understand more. Understanding more is not ritualistic. Every bit of it you must ask questions, then have a dialogue, discussions. Then you realize.
So, Dr. one of the astrologer, a genuine one, he said that astrology is not for predicting future. At least it is for the purpose of understanding where they had left off and what is that's the point is more accurate. That is how you should look at it.
That is why I am saying it's like a signboard. It's like a path. Where you are coming from, where you are going to. That is what the path
when
is.
they say that your vasanas or your strong son.
Did I not tell you that I must know father, mother, where the origin is, how it is influencing the.
So then to take my Deepika's not doctor,
We
I
will
will tell
do
it.
it. We will do it.
Okay. But it is not an easy. It doesn't happen in minutes, and I know it takes.
Yeah, it takes time.
It takes time, and it is. And all of these people, they said, at least give me, one person tell it, at least give me 2 weeks, because I have my schedule. Then when
That's
I
all
should
it's-
do it in a specific time, and when he's a biotechnology man. He's in Warangal, Doctor. Maybe you would have come across him. He is like Jnana Saraswati is there in Warangal, like Bhadrakali temple. Before that, there used to be Gurukulas there. This is one Saraswati Mata temple is there. His father suddenly expired, so he came back from UK. Otherwise, he was there.
Okay.
So his mother asked him to. And then he came young only, he's in 40s. So he is has a scientific temperament. He actually studies, not just strict in his this thing. He is one of them. So if I have some doubts, I will ask him, because whatever, even within the health thing and whatever I did, they were like one of the mentors when I was looking at it from that lens. Swadharma, the word came to me, the reason why I fixed it, there is something that is there encoded in you. The thing is, astrologically there will be something.
See that the word dharma itself is easily understood by Subhava. Dharma is bhava. Dharma is the way you are. My dharma is a teacher. My dharma is a learner. What is the Subhavam you have is your dharma. So what is Swadharma?
Conducting your swabhavam in a cultured way is dharma kada doctor garu. Koncham boundary is kada dharma.
Yeah, see, that is what I am saying. The culture for a butcher is, his Swadharma is killing animal and selling. That is what his father did, he does it. But that is not Swadharma. As a human being, he happens to be in that. Assume that, otherwise we will not have Ramayana. We will not have Atmiki. His Swadharma was bird hunting and eating. Right? A realization came to him to become more social, more humanistic, more socialistic. So that is what is Swadharma. That's what I said. It is not how my father was, how my mother was, what is that in me, is where we left it. Continue, that is not my Swadharma. That is where my correction is. I realize from the other satsang, I was eating rice all throughout. But that doesn't stop me from trying different plates at different palates and different restaurants, and then, I have a taste in this. Why not? That's more better. Try this. Got it? Just because my tradition was that, all throughout I was in Madurai, Siltri, all the water was salty water. That doesn't mean I continue drinking salty water. I come out of that and then go to a better place and drink a pure water. Right? So we have the change, the transformation for a better human being, better social being, serving more people, reaching out to larger group. That is the ability of human being. Being, that is the Swadharma of a human being.
That is general.
That is what we should make our children to become more and more better.
So in that case, in the context of, so now you can do that as a doctor, you can do that as a
Any
teacher,
profession.
you can do that as a lawyer, you can do any profession.
Any profession you can.
How astrology is linked to professions?
That is only what I am saying, that's not wrong.
So characteristics, Swabhavam is linked to astrology? No? Swabhavam is linked. Okay. So then that is correct.
But not a profession.
Profession
is
general.
knowledge.
I am getting there. That is where the gap is. So if there is nothing, everyone I asked is genuine. They are not like fake gurus, or they are not that kind. Because if they are saying it is there, and
see, I was
like, how can it be not there? And I was struggling with what terminology I am using wrong.
But I am not saying that somebody would have seen DrTPS horoscope and I will become a scientist. I have never become. After that I left it. No. Horoscope did not change. So it is not one path. It keeps shifting because of your dasha keeps changing.
I like this thing in terms of, I always thought astrology is a signboard only. But I didn't give that word it like that. The thing is, because I know.
It's a signboard.
And I
In my book on Life Made Simple, astrology I have defined very carefully saying
I
that
saw your video only, Dr. Garu.
you should read this book. It's there on YouTube. I mean,
Yeah.
on my website. There I have written what is astrology. Astrology is a signboard. What is
Because I
astrology?
experimented it few times in life, I know, and experientially I figured that out. Because so even in that Nadi Shastram is there, Dr. Garu. At one point, see, whether it is astrology, whether it is
Chapter 13.
ritualistic, what I learned is human effort has a lot of scope. If you leave human effort, Manav Prayatna Udresi, just trusting this, just trusting God, even if you trust God, you should do work. Huh?
Read louder.
Astrology is Shastram. Astrology is complete science. Astrology is a Shastram. Astrology or astronomy, which is correct. I think astrology is not at all scientific. Acha, astrology or astronomy, which is correct. I think astrology is not at all scientific. The movement the planets is discussed. The movement of planets is discussed in astronomy or in astrophysics. So I am not accepting astrology as a subject of interest. Maybe due to my ignorance about astrology. Mohan.
See, it was an Orkut
It's a
discussion.
comment.
It's an Orkut discussion.
Right.
So, Mohan has written this. That's how the left extreme, the right justification. This is Mohan. This is somebody else. And then I have given my comments on the left extreme.
Right.
The left justification.
Acha, idi. Okay, fine. So astrology is Shastram, but not science.
Shastram is different from science. Science is what is BSc, MSc, wherever ending with SC is Shastram, science for us. Natya Shastram is a Shastram.
What is the difference, Dr. Virat?
Yeah. What you can experience, what is useful for human being is Shastram.
Paka Shastram.
Everything which you can experience, what is useful for human being is Shastra. But science is what you can prove. Experimentally provably is called science. If I am convinced, you should also, I must be able to convince you, then only it becomes science. Repeatable experiments are science.
Right.
But Shastram is not repeatable. Shastram is, my experience is entirely different from your
Yeah,
experience.
some may like something.
Something you may not like. Therefore, Bharatiya Shastram,
like dance, someone will like art.
Bharatiya Shastram, dance is a Shastram.
Avunu.
But as per science, dance cannot be a Shastram. Science.
Science cannot be a science. But it is
Shastram.
repeatable.
Yeah, but experience by somebody else could be different, right? You may like it, somebody else may not like it. That liking word comes, science is not defined.
Shastram is experience.
See, our biggest problem in India is we translated Shastram into science.
అది ఉంది కాబట్టి
కాదు.
No. I'm
See,
accepting that,
now,
Dr. Garu.
yeah, now
That's
people,
why I
now
waited,
people start, now when I am telling you, it is not Shastram, is not science. Saundarya Shastram. You know what is Saundarya Shastram? Literature. See, everything was science for India. Lokanam Upakaraya. Whichever is useful for human being is called Shastra. You think something is useful for human being, it is Shastram in India. That's why astrology has become Shastram. Jyoti Shastram. But science is, Jyotisham is a Shastram.
So what is the word for science in some?
No, there is nothing like science in India. Not experimentable, experiential. Two Shastrams are. Sakshat Anubhavair Drushto. If I can experience, that is called a Shastra.
Okay.
What I can experience, you cannot experience. Everybody's experience is different. But Shastram says it must be equal for everybody. And A plus B is equal to C.
Science is equal to all.
Understood?
No, I didn't understand. I got confused again. So experience is different. That much I understand. So now
In science, there is
But
nothing
Paka-
called experience. Experimentable. So if I do or you do, result becomes same. Then only we call it a science. If I do it here, if I do it in America, if I do it in XYZ place, in front of somebody also, it must give the same result.
ఇప్పుడు పాకశాస్త్రం say cooking rice is there.
Yeah, at this temperature, it will boil.
That
Water
is will be same kada.
That is science.
Repeatable kada.
Everywhere.
That part will be science.
Science.
But experience of how people enjoy cooking it,
Cooking is-
eating it,
that cannot be
everything else is so
But then, Pachaka Shastra.
how to digest.
No, Pachaka Shastram is how to cook was a Shastram in India.
పాకశాస్త్రం పాచక శాస్త్రం is okay fine.
Understood?
Okay.
Vastu
Avunu,
Shastra.
avunu.
Vastu Shastra.
But-
Oh, this house has good energy. How do you measure? There is nothing called measurement traditionally. Oh, this is a beautiful house. How do you say beautiful house? How do you measure beauty? Your beauty concept is different from my beauty concept. Convenience. How do you measure convenience? What is convenient for you is not convenient for me. All this together was Vastu Shastra.
But putting there will be a measurable aspect in the shastram kada.
Yeah, Shastram is a subset of
No, science is a
science.
subset.
Is a subset of Shastra.
That's how I understand. Okay. fine.
Shastram contains both science and experience. Experimentable is science. Experientiable is
And I think also what you said in terms of what is experienceable and also useful.
useful.
There is a utility.
That is why psychology becomes science.
Today's psychology. Then if it is Indic psychology,
Indian psychology is also science. Yoga Shastra. Yoga is a Shastra.
yoga shastrame gani Indic psychology that should be more than psychology kada then.
Yoga
Because it
Shastra is psychology. Don't consider Yoga Shastra means that gimmicks what people do.
okay.
Vasishta, Yoga Vasishta. Vasishta is the man who has written psychology, Yoga Vasishta.
Avunu that
That
yes.
is psychology, not
Avunu.
gimmicks, not gymnastics.
Okay, listen, I am getting
Psychology.
Indic
is-
psychology yoga vasistam I understand.
Yeah, that Yoga Vasishta
Is not yoga kada.
that is not yoga in gymnastics yoga.
Asanas kadantara.
That is psychology.
Avunu, but that should be more than science kada.
That is Shastram.
Ah,
That is why it is called a Yoga Shastram.
this is where yoga shastram is not yoga shastram is psychology kaadu kada.
No, Yoga Shastram has got many aspects, but Vasishta, Yoga Vasishtam is part of Yoga Shastram.
Not that Patanjali wala.
Patanjali Yoga Shastram is slightly different.
Okay, so this yoga shastram is
This Yoga Shastram is only psychological aspect.
which is in yoga vasistam.
Yoga Vasishtam.
Is anyone teaching yoga vasistam psychology? Based
Yeah,
you are teaching doctor.
I learned.
Where?
I learned from Paramahamsa Narayana Tapovana Swami. He is another guru of mine.
He is there.
Is there? He will be there. He will be there on internet.
Adi kada.
Yeah, YouTube if you
Adi kada.
hundreds, thousands.
So there is one girl called Lakshmi and
So many people.
Yeah.
Yoga system, so many people give lectures.
Purne Manasi Sampurna.
not lectures,
Essence.
essence and how to use that to do this is also required. To making it as a psychology course and theory తెలుసుకోవడం వల్ల
Other different kind.
Yeah. As that someone has to, because there is one girl who's in Hyderabad, Kathak dancer. She was a journalist, she left this, got here, she's into healing and things like that. She wanted to do an international course. I said like, you at least talk to DrTPS, because there are some people you talk to them, take their mentorship, because there's a lot of Indic psychology. Itna I know that Indic psychology yoga system is far more deeper and far more holistic. But I couldn't explain it as Shastram, which is experiential and useful. It
This is-
comes along with measurable. If
This-
it's only measurable, it's only objective, then the human aspect of it is missing.
See, this man is a great, another great saint.
After it's recording, right? Names I have to at least.
Tapovana Swami. These are all I wrote my poetry book and then first submitted to him only. And in my poetry also I mentioned what I learned from him. Yoga was
Rhythm of life.
Rhythm of Life class. Life of Love. This book when I wrote in Delhi, he was there in Ghaziabad teaching. So I went and submitted the written copy to him and then he took it. He said, I want it. I had to rewrite the whole thing again. In which I have written the Yoga Vasishta. Where I have written 10th. Arrow comes from shadow. 11th. There is a mention and he loved it because he only taught me that. Arrow from shadow. In one Janma, you learn in another Janma. Rama was awarded 18 days in Treta Yuga by sage Vasishta. That is Yoga Shastra. Okay. Understood?
No.
Rama was awarded 18 days in Treta Yuga by sage Vasishta.
Okay.
That lecture was Yoga Vasishta. In one Janma you learn and in another you teach. Yoga Vasishta is the lecture on dharma and mind management. Who taught? Rama was awarded 18 days of Treta Yuga in Treta Yuga by sage Vasishta.
So he only came in.
Vasishta taught Rama.
How no?
Okay. So who is Rama in the next Janma? Krishna.
Okay.
So what is Krishna taught? Krishna in Dwapara gave lessons to Arjuna in the war field. Same psychology. Bhagavad Gita. So what is there in Yoga Vasishta is what is there in Bhagavad Gita. But Rama learned it from Vasishta. Krishna taught that to Arjuna. Got it? So one Janma you get, another Janma you give. That is what is arrow comes from shadow. In one Janma, Rama gave an arrow. So next Janma, Krishna got an arrow.
Okay. Vali Kesa. Acha. Okay.
This is how I connect in my poetry. So the whole poetry is essence of different yuga, different avataras, different scriptures. Arrow comes from shadow. You need finance to write poetry, Babu.
That's why I'm not.
The easy ka kadu.
I'm not writing. That's why, Dr. Garu. No, I'm actually. They are serious, Dr. Because Kadu, Dr. Garu, serious. Because I wanted to
see
write.
The whole poetry I wrote in a temple. Mayur Vihar, Guruvayurappan temple. Morning and evening I used to sit. I don't go and pray to God. I sit there. My office starts at 9 o'clock. Leaves at 5:30. So I will go at 8 o'clock and sit in the temple up to 9 o'clock.
My kids.
Some kids will come.
No, your kids.
No, they were all here. I was alone there.
Poetry comes by intuition.
And then evening 5:30 I will sit there up to 8 o'clock. 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Generally some people will come and then sit beside me. Old people, everybody will come. Some fun, some serious. All that has become some thoughts. I keep writing some poetry. So this was written on 2008.
Easy to write poetry. Actually, it should come
June 4th.
God's grace only.
Poetry or literature work also?
No, see.
Non-Rushihi Kurite Kavyam is a dictum I took. So that's why I didn't write. Otherwise, I wanted to write for people who could come back and move from mechanical to a magical life. Just a little bit of planning. As a life hacker, I have done it so I can tell. And the only thing is, a lot of people I know, they are worried to not come back.
See, I was blessed with my guru's great friend who was there in Delhi. So, as I wrote first poetries, I was not sure whether this is worth publishing. So, what I did is, this is, Ramdev?
Yeah,
Ramdev Baba.
Ramdev Baba's editor.
Acha.
She was my friend. She is my friend. And then this is my cousin who is a great poet in Kerala. And another one. I don't have forward, I only put an asterisk. Agavur Narayan. He is a professor of literature in Delhi University. So when I gave this, he enjoyed reading the whole poetry and started writing it. So this gave me a courage. Yeah, there is an authority in literature who wrote Kathakali, this big book. He is an authority, and he is my guru's friend. My guru was no more. So he was almost. So from this also he has written a commentary on Agavur Narayan. And he wrote, this is modern Tirukkural. Tirukkural is Tamil Veda. So he said this is like a modern Tirukkural. So these are all the blessings. Understood. So I was connected, not like that. I'm not connected to him every day I meet. When I wrote a poetry, there is a great professor there, English professor, who sometimes come to the temple and then take a circumambulation and go. He was too old. But this was the last article he wrote in his life. So I used to go with a pen as a gift and a bundle of paper and then give some commentary on it. Sit there, I'll finish and then only you go. That's how he reads. Enjoy. You can see him talking about this, but it's in Malayalam. He released that in Kerala House in Delhi. He said, I want to see this release in Delhi. So I think for this release he was there, release function. So it needs to be looked at a different angle, different subjects. Yoga Vasishtam is nothing new. It is as Bhagavad Gita. Suppose you go through Bhagavad Gita once, Yoga Vasishtam becomes so simple for you. So similarly, you want to understand all the Upanishads, maybe Prashna Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad. Very simple, small ones, only this much. You can finish that. Oh, I understood Upanishad.
Why?
Eh?
Ramakrishna Math?
No, they are all traditional. Ramakrishna Math is only interpretations.
One time reading we cannot understand.
100 times if you read also, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Every time it gives you new ideas. The way you think is entirely different, right? See, the way you interpret, the way you answer. Yesterday interview she asked me one sloka. I said, there are many slokas, but you are expecting me to chant something from Bhagavad Gita. Every sloka is important for me. But essence of Bhagavad Gita is Ma Shucha. Don't be sad. See, one sentence we have to say one answer. This is how I will answer. Correct. But I don't think you will hear this from anybody. It is because when we iterate, take it many times, it becomes something for us. When we interpret, when we look at it, and logically we make it complement to each other. So, why do you say this? Because the first chapter, Bhagavad Gita doesn't start. Second chapter, 11th sloka. Ashochya nanya shochattam. Ashochya, don't be sad. 18th chapter, 66th or 67th. I get confused. Some text it is. So that last Bhagavad Gita end with Ma Shucha. Don't be sad. Starting is don't be sad, ending is don't be sad. So what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? Don't be sad. But you ask, you look at all your Google, you tell me which fellow tells this.
But why it is not even be happy? Don't be sad, it is still.
Be happy is, happiness is not defined. Bliss is what is defined. What is bliss? It is not, I am not struggling to climb the mountain. I am not struggling to climb the mountain. That is what not be sad.
Bliss is deeper. Everybody can be happy.
No, bliss is a continuous, it will not fluctuate too much. Happiness is like spontaneous.
Yeah.
It goes up and down. So what I am expecting is not happiness. But every moment, be happy. All together in a life, bliss. So it doesn't mean I am not too deep into sadness. Also maybe that momentary. So it is not that I should not become sad, I should not become happy. It should be, yeah, everybody has to have that feeling, but for a moment, immediately come out of it. That's what Bhagavad Gita is. So you need to interpret, understand, that is more important. That comes only when you discuss. Once you write, finished. You don't think about it, it should not happen. You over and over and over and over and over. See, this book I would not have even, I forgotten this. But recently somebody landed upon my blog and then said, it's half, some things are not there. Why can't you finish it? I said, it's all there. Somewhere in my backup it will be there, I will fill it up and then finish. Just for that. Then I added few more. Then I thought, at least for my library it can be there. I bind it. Good, no? I do binding, stitching.
Poems.
All these are there. You can download it from my website.
Okay.
All books are there. It's
Etla bind is
I don't do too much
PDF,
of it.
PDF version.
PDF is.
So giving free of cost.
Why should I make money? Actually stapled. I don't have a stapler, but I have a bigger pin. So I hammered it. And
This is
put-
what I was not feeling. Even they put around it's like only
See.
with the tape it doesn't stand like this is what I was thinking.
You can
And
see.
I couldn't feel this before.
So this stapled.
Now okay. Okay. That's
So
why I was
stapled
curious.
it, then put this cover, and then taped it, and then this paper is. I am good in this.
Support. Yeah. We did this.
Hey, tomorrow I have to go to that Narendra's place.
You have this talk together.
Huh?
You have a
He
workshop.
wanted me there. I said send somebody with a vehicle and I'll come.
So this I and ego are same.
Ego.
Ego
Yeah.
is I only.
I and ego.
Need not be I. My son is also. When I talk about my relative, talk about somebody else. In another book is there which you can read, which is Dashamahavidya, in which there is a Devi Sankalpa, which represents how to cut your ego.
Yeah.
That is a better understanding of
Dashamahavidya.
Ego.
Chinnamasta. One Devi
Yesterday. Heard that
Sankalpa.
talk.
One Devi Sankalpa in which one of the Devi's name is Chinnamasta.
Okay.
Chinnamasta prescribes how to cut your ego. Chinnamasta is a Devi in which she cuts her own head. And then it is holding in the hand.
Yeah.
And the blood is oozing out. And it is going to two subordinates or two companions are drinking the blood. And one oozing out the blood is going to her own mouth. So you will suffer, your people around you also will suffer when you cut your ego.
Cut you.
Will not suffer or will suffer?
Will suffer.
Why?
See, when my wife says my son is studied in King's College, Imperial College, keep quiet, why are you telling this? How does it matter? Definitely there will be ting friction. I will also suffer, he will also suffer. Everybody suffers. So ego is enjoyment for temporary. Cutting ego is cutting your head. But needs to be polished.
Cutting means removing.
Symbolically it is, because when I say I, in whichever language, our head will go up. That's how the pronunciation is. You cannot put I cannot come like this. I will go. Correct? Yeah? I was great. I was there during that time. I went there. Every time I will be up. So I is head up. I don't know Japanese people. Only they will only put their head up.
So, Dr. next thing that thing about
I don't know why nobody in our group That group I will demolish or I will come out. Because I created, I should come out.
కాదు డాక్టర్ గారు టుడే ఇస్ అ హాలిడే జనరలీ
See, it doesn't matter how.
అలా కాదు డాక్టర్ గారు వన్ థింగ్
Your
ఇస్
working day.
ఆర్ మీటింగ్స్ ఆర్ వి పుట్ స్పాంటేనియస్లీ
No, see,
అండ్ దెన్ అండ్ టైమింగ్ ఇస్
intention. See, all these are intentions.
ప్రయారిటైజ్ చేసుకొని
And see, if they have interest, they should also come up with something and then say, yeah, let us have
నేను
it.
అందుకనే ఐ వాజ్ ఆస్కింగ్ లెట్ us ట్రై టు పుట్ సంథింగ్ సో దట్ పీపుల్ కెన్ సి
That is why we are doing it.
ఇది కాదు డాక్టర్ గారు an anchor like this actually ఇక్కడ people are being coach he went to hall
So you are part of change.
Yeah, but it is not beginning.
You attended that day along.
Yeah. I attended. I attended till late.
What time?
You have finished the candles and all, no? After that I came.
Okay. I think by the time.
we already have something like this but ఇది డాక్టర్ this is one other vikalpa which that Srikanji sent me. What I liked about this thing is this. It's an invite for this thing. These are their core beliefs or what they agree on, and then a description about it, and then what is the format of engaging and what are they looking for, and who is doing that.
Do it.
Huh. What I was thinking about this thing is first getting people to. Will this be? This is what I was thinking.
Do it, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Srikanth is coming only on 3rd.
June. He's coming back. I need discussion for this, Dr. Garu.
What?
To identify the core belief that we should.
Make a draft. Then work upon that. That is the easiest.
I like these and this. Why I became part of it is another thing was this. Publication though. They wrote a public, but these guys are into extreme writing and this is too elaborate. I don't know if that is required, but the thing is.
Space department, where is that? Where you are? Here only. Not this one is there, no?
I worked in Bangalore, I
Launching.
worked in Ahmedabad,
Okay.
I worked in Delhi.
AP also it is there.
Shar is there,
Ah.
Sriharikota.
There also.
That's only launching. I'm into data processing.
Okay.
Satellite image data processing.
How many years?
20 years I worked.
20 years you were there.
I'm a pensioner. This is my wife's quarters. Wife is a director now,
Okay.
one of the center.
Same department.
Same department.
So, you both are in similar field.
We were in the same field. I left 20 years. Now 12 years I left. 12 years boomerang. Going around the world. Now I will start traveling. I will not be available.
When Dr. Garu?
It's boring. Hyderabad कभी कुछ नहीं चल रहा. I'm a person who start traveling. I will be boom out. Only this last 2 years I was here.
Due to Corona, you have taken rest.
I will just tell Calcutta I am coming. Create a 30-member 1 week program study group. They will make it. Anywhere I can do it.
Why Hyderabad is that, Dr. Garu?
Hyderabad is lazy for traveling, number one. Delhi people travel 50 kilometers to reach out from one place to another place. And here there are too many activities, many people. Chennai, it may not be possible. Because as you go south, it's hard to identify people with commitment.
అవునా?
Chennai, I think they will be.
See, Delhi and all, I had everyday programs. Meerut, keep traveling to different places. So many talks. See, I'll tell you, Delhi, if I go, the place where I wrote that poetry, if I tell I need a hall, they will only ask you want AC or non-AC. Everything will be free. But here, Hyderabad, I am here for last 30 years. I cannot even guarantee I get some place free. I cannot guarantee.
కమిట్మెంట్ లేదనా?
No, not that I cannot get. I can go to Krishna temple in Mahendragiri Hills or go to Amardandamai temple. All that